Okay, perfect. So let's go ahead and jump into today's training. 1 second here and we will get started. All right, perfect. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'm going to go ahead and actually place into the chat real quick a few different links that we're going to be utilizing on today's call today. First and foremost, as always, we have the Amazon gift card giveaway. Make sure that you are entering that through the link in the chat. If you have any questions, feel free to chat in. We have Austin, my colleague. He is on the back end here. He will be more than happy to answer, Q&A or questions that come in. And then, as you can see, there's a few different links like national promotions, leads portal article, and then some examples of promotions. We'll get into that here in just a second. So yes, make sure you enter the promotion for the Amazon gift card giveaway. You do have to be present to win. And then on the agenda, we'll talk about national promotions that are coming up. And then I wanted to discuss a few of the hidden gems that I find extremely effective in our platform that you can utilize in almost every promotion to help generate the highest qualified leads possible, because we realistically want the data that's being collected to be the best, right? And so we'll discuss that here in detail. And then, as mentioned on the previous digital sales training, we had our new leads portal that was going to be active, or that was coming out, that is now out. So we'll be discussing that today and then answering some questions. So let's just go ahead and jump into national promotions. So for this year, 2023, I mean, it's kind of crazy that we're already in April. I feel like this year has just gone by so fast. And so with that being said, we've already gone through some of our national promotions. Currently, as of yesterday, we have our Mother's Day giveaway. And our current one that's coming up next for you to participate in is going to be the Father's Day giveaway and then summer cash contest. Those two are excellent promotions to, if you've never really utilized any of our national promotions before, those are really good starter promotions to introduce yourself to them. It's a great way to tie in local advertisers and sponsors. And I've been receiving, some inquiries on one, like, how do you sign up for these national promotions? If you don't already know, where do you access that? I did put a link in the chat for that, but I do want to show you that process really quick. So if I go to that ideas.aptivada.com, right here, you'll actually see a tab called National Campaigns. You click into that tab, and not every AE, account executive will have access to the actual platform or dashboard themselves. And so in order to gain access, all you have to do is click New User. And this isn't going to grant you access to the platform, but what it does is it grants you access to the content that's available on our page here. So really, this isn't going to be like password specific or anything. You just go ahead and put your information, and I'll actually show you. So once you do provide your information and sign up, all you have to do is come here, put in your email that you're wanting to use, and say, I'm good. This is where you can actually get the content and the toolkit that's designed around the national campaigns. So for example, the Father's Day giveaway is coming up. So all I have to do is click View Details, and I can actually download the toolkit here and some of the main talking points that I'm actually going to be going over here in just a second. But I just wanted to show you how easy it is to just quickly sign up if you don't have access, how to get the details for that particular national promotion, and how to just make sure you're signed up and taken care of there. So going back here, and if you have questions, please feel free to chat in with our team, as we're more than happy to facilitate and answer those questions. But with the Father's Day giveaway, just to give a rundown on this is a easy to run sweepstakes. It runs from May 5th until June 14th. And then with that being said, there is a $2,000 prize that is a guaranteed winner, that audience ourselves will be covering that prize. Again, all the rules and everything will be in the toolkit that is available. So if you have any questions on that, please inquire for the details there. Again, this is a easy sweepstakes to tie partners into if you haven't had the chance to do before. Another promotion coming up this summer is our summer cash contest. This is pretty exciting. It's going to be 5 days of $2,000 cash prizes. Again, this is a promotion that audience will be covering the cost. There will be a daily winner that will win $2,000. And it's obviously exciting because, again, tying in partners into this is a type of value contest that really can help drive not only obviously engagement, but a high quantity of entries into the promotion itself. So start thinking and start brainstorming on how you want to execute this promotion. Yes, all these national promotions that we do provide the graphics and logo, or the graphics and design for the promotion itself. So it's pretty buttoned up. But if you would want to, we definitely suggest, making it your own. We encourage creativity. So please feel free to build your own graphics and design, especially if you have an advertiser that you're working with or partner. Maybe you can build it specifically around them, but definitely customize it to their needs and fulfillment. And as such, customizing that user experience as they are being able to partner with you on these promotions and these national campaigns. You're really able to build out something specific for them. And you might have, if you've been on any of my digital sales trainings before, you probably have heard me say the term golden lead or golden opportunity. And it's really trying to figure out what the best result is, or what the end result, what the best possible result is for your client, and trying to get to that point. Obviously, in a perfect world, if we said, we're going to be able to generate 100 leads, we would wish that all 100 leads were the absolute best and always said yes, but that's not the case, right? So we want to provide the best possible conversion rate for your client and advertisers. All right, so as I mentioned, we realistically are wanting to help brands capture this first party data. Is our huge focus right now, is capturing first party data, letting them become owners of their own data, and really activating it and getting users who enter promotions to be almost fans of of the partners that you're working with. We want to turn them into whatever conversion type your advertisers are wanting. And it comes down to what their goals are, and every single one that you work with will be different. Some will care about web traffic, some will care about integrating with specific platforms and building out their email campaigns and lists, and some actually just care about foot traffic and just generating physical engagement or interaction. An example of that would be like car dealerships. They want people to come in and have those conversations, because that increases their chance of selling a vehicle 100 times fold, right? If we can actually drive people to the actual location. So finding out what is important to them and then executing it at this scale. As I said previously, and you've all seen this before, I can guarantee it, of realistically taking someone's from their first experience and their first interaction and introducing them to your advertiser or partner, and taking them all the way through the sales funnel to get them as close as possible to the conversion type. Obviously, the end conversion does fall on the responsibility of your advertiser, but if we can get to that point where it's generating the highest quality leads possible, that's going to help with longevity of relationship with your partners, as well as repeat business and even possible new revenue with old clients you've worked with in the past. What I wanted to actually discuss is how to provide the highest quality lead possible. I am a big fan of surveys, and I 99% of the time will incorporate a survey into a promotion, and obviously take that as a grain of salt, just because if it doesn't fit the promotion, don't force it. But I am a big fan of incorporating a survey into a sweepstakes, simply because with sweepstakes, it is a great way to start building profile data and first party data around a user and user specific demographic information about them, whereas a survey really shines in qualifying that user. So for example, in this case, this is an example of a mortgage survey. If you're working with a mortgage company, maybe it's a lender or some financial aid or whoever you're working with, or a realtor, a survey is going to go a long ways, because yes, first name, last name, email address, and contact phone number, all that's great, but let's take it a step further and let's help realistically build out what their lead could potentially look like to them. And with surveys, I want to take it a step further and discuss what we call conditionals. And what that is in a typical survey, it's pretty static. It's usually, 5 to 8 questions, give or take. And it's, questions 1 through 5 or 1 through 8, or however many you decide on. However, we have incorporated survey conditionals, and what it is based on the question and based on the response from the user that is participating in the survey, you can then give them another set of questions. So for example, in this survey, you could ask the question, what is your current housing status, as the first question. And if someone said they're renting or own, or if they answer neither, you could basically just have the survey end immediately. And then if they answer rent or own, you can then ask how soon are they looking to purchase a home, and then what's their yearly household income. And let's say you're working with a mortgage company that says, hey, we're really looking for a combined household income of 75 to 100,000. So anyone who answers less than that, we want the survey to immediately end, because there's no use in going further within the survey. We can set it up exactly like that. So there is a lot of customization and a lot of qualifying traits that our survey tool has that you're able to really provide. That way, as the promotion progresses, that it generates the highest leads possible that your client will want. And if you have questions about conditionals, how to set that up, we are more than happy. Again, please chat in with our team, and we're more than happy to set up a call, maybe do a one-on-one or do an explanation, or we might even actually have an article specifically to conditionals that you could have access to. Perfect. The other part of this is for our platform and providing the best results possible and some transparency is our stats and reporting, just being able to generate the data and being able to present that grassroots feedback to your clients going to be huge. One step that is often overlooked, and just recently I've had more and more inquiries about it, is how did certain promotions do? They're, again, with account executives, you might not have access to the promotion, so you're emailing the promotions director or whoever set it up and just trying to get them to get the data over to you. Now, we introduced this quite some time ago, but I definitely wanted to talk about it, was promotion recap email. Basically, all your promotions team has to do is just incorporate your email into the promotion. And at the end of the promotion, you will be sent a file that looks very similar to this. It will show you how the promotion performed. Specifically, let's talk about sweepstakes on this. In this case, we'll show you all the field types that were asked, whether they're bonus entries or if they was just like demographic questions, for example, like birthdays, phone numbers. We'll give you those total responses as well as the unique responses tied to that as well. This is nice just to have, so that way as you as an account executive go to have a conversation on how the promotion performed, you have some data available at your fingertips to discuss. And the other great thing about this is that it's not a CSV file containing first-party data or confidential information that we don't want released. So it's very straightforward, and it's something that you can pass on to an advertiser if you wanted to, make it look pretty, and present to them kind of an end of promotion wrap up. And it's just great to have, AEs knowledgeable of how things are performed or how it performed, and at the end. and really with that being said, is like our end goal is obviously impressing our clients and really trying to be the one person that's selling to them that is different than everyone else, right? And with these tools and these applications that we are providing, you really can set yourself apart from others around you, especially when it comes down to qualifying data and qualified leads. Now, with that being said, how this data is sent across is going to be huge, right? For the longest time, we discussed integrations and the power of integrations and really what it does, being able to have a secure network for data transfers and only having 2 points where that information is being sent at real time is huge. There's times I've discussed, and I've even had it happen to myself as I was testing promotions with like car dealerships, where I've entered a promotion and within 5 to 10 minutes, I've received a phone call from the dealership, and I had to say, "Oh, I was actually just testing it as we're setting it up." And it's kind of cool to see that happen because for them, for a lot of partners and advertisers, they're not wanting to wait 6 weeks for a promotion to be over to engage with users. We really want to provide them with the hottest data possible. So if it's real time, that's the best way possible. Yeah, so it's awesome. So we have a massive list of integrations. Again, this list can be accessed on our Idea Studio. If your client has any of these CRMs or marketing tools, we can easily just integrate with them, and this is already set up. So there's not additional time that needs to be spent in building out a custom integration or anything like that we used to in the past. This is a great way to just immediately jump in and start sending data over. And with that being said, that takes us to really the most exciting news. Our leads portal is now, is available now. What this actually will provide is a way that if you are working with a partner that does not have an integration, okay, but they're really wanting real-time leads and that you see that they would benefit from it, that is where leads portal will shine. I went ahead and in the chat, I put a leads portal article that that I encourage you to look over after this call. And that way you are up to date with the most information or the most up-to-date information possible. But leads portal is going to be huge. It's a secure way to send data across without having to set up the integration, as mentioned before. So you're not having to wait 8 to 14 weeks. I swear it takes a while. And just all the technical stuff that goes into actually building integration, that's now removed. This is going to be so simple. There will be some cases if there is an integration request that if your company needs and that in-house that you would internally use, or if you have a partner that is going to be around, monthly and that type of thing, and an integration is needed, we still will look at those requests. But in the meantime, from promotion to promotion, this is going to be your bread and butter. You can set the frequency based on your partner's preference on when they want to actually receive these leads. And how you set it up is very, very simple. All you'll need is the point of contact from your partner or advertiser that you're working with, one of their email addresses. And then that way the leads can just get emailed directly to them. As you can see in this graphic here, all they have to do is click to download. If they are tied to multiple campaigns, it will actually show them the campaigns that they're assigned to, and then they can just download from there as well, which is huge. And so we wanted to show you kind of like what partners will see. Like as mentioned, they'll get this email notification that new leads are available, and it will provide them with a single use link to download all of the leads. But if they need a new email to download, we can provide that for them. And so that way there's no issues whatsoever there. And then that way they can get all the user information sent over immediately without any delay. As mentioned, they can set the frequency, so they can set it up to where it's 4 times per hour, so basically every 15 minutes, or as little as 1 time per year. And obviously for the promotion, it's going to be bigger than that. But yes, yeah, so we'll email them once once people participate in the promotion. We'll email them saying, hey, there's new leads are available to view and for the following campaigns. And again, as mentioned, if they are assigned to more than 1 campaign, they'll have access to that as well. This is what it will look like in regards to accessing the actual leads themselves once they get in there. If all they have to do is click on new leads, and it will download the new lead specifically instead of all of them. So if you see here, it says new leads 3 for the Cinco de Mayo promotion. It will download the 3 new leads instead of the total of 4 of them. But we just want to make sure that, if they want to come in every single day and contact people, that they're not contacting old leads or leads that they've already reached out to, or those type of things. We want to make sure that there's no confusion, keeping it as simple as possible on here. But again, this is going to be huge when having conversation with your advertisers, that there's no delay in having to set up integrations, and that we can just get information sent over immediately. I do know that there are some partners that I've spoken with that will be utilizing this, and that others will be utilizing an in-house CRM. So I would check just to make sure if this is something that you want to do, whether it's internally or with partners that you're working with. Just check with your team, make sure that this is the direction you want to head. And again, if you have questions, please feel free to chat in, and we can help with answer to the best of our ability for you. Perfect. So then here, I wanted to provide some more details that you can have at your fingertips. That way, when you're speaking with your clients and advertisers, that way you're have the most knowledge possible, and that you really are the expert in this. And that way you can provide them kind of like a, choose your own adventure book. I've said that before, but it really is. It's like, hey, what are your goals, and what do we need to do to achieve them? And this really helps provide some guidance on building out those sweepstakes and promotions. As I said before, if you have questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We're more than happy to answer any of your questions, and whether we have to jump on calls and do trainings, we love to do it. So please get us involved. We want to make sure your things are set up correctly, and that there's no gray area, that we make sure that everything is answered.